hesitated to share this because it's going to get very woo. I'll just put that disclaimer out there. But the truth is, in the last 7 months, I have just finally given myself permission to explore woo in a way that is lighting me up and making me come so alive. And I feel like even if you're not into woo, there's something here for you. So we are entering this eclipse portal. If you're into astrology at all, you don't even have to believe in astrology. You can just pay attention to what's happening in the sky with the planets in the eclipses that are coming. So we have a lunar full moon eclipse on Monday, March 25th, which is this coming Monday. And then we have the solar eclipse happening on April 8th. Anybody else super excited about that? I'm like secretly trying to figure out how I might be able to like fly out that day so I can be in the path of totality and just like totally have the eclipse. But we are entering into this kind of like a portal of possibilities. We always have a portal of possibilities. Every choice that we make in every moment is a portal into possibilities because we're always influencing what comes next. And I really do believe that ripples out in ways that we'll never quite know, which takes us back to the premise of why I want more hypnotists on social media. Because as you share yourself, as you share experiences, your wisdom, the things that light you up, your passions, your desires, those things ripple out and change the world in ways that we'll never know. So while we are always in a portal of possibilities and every choice opens up more and more possibility, we're entering into, it's already there, we're already here, but we're entering into this time period of kind of acceleration, a little bit more intensity. It's like if we lean into what's happening in these next few weeks with all of these eclipses, I believe that we have an opportunity to quantum leap or just like skip steps, process through a lot in a short amount of time. You're all hypnotists, you know how this works. We have the ability to process, move through, and even like, don't tell Colorado I said it, but heal things that people would say would take your whole life, right? Trauma, patterns, woundings that should take forever. And then they heal so quickly. So we know this happens. And right now, I do believe that as we lean in to these edges, to these places where challenges come up, where we have woundings, where we have those parts of us that feel like hiding, when we lean in a way that's very supported and has that compassion and that love for the parts of us that want to hide, that don't want to be here, whether that's in life or on social media, in a supported environment where you have somebody that is able to hold space for you like this community does in such a beautiful way, we have the opportunity to skip steps. We have the opportunity to process through a lot really quickly. So I just wanted to put this out there that I feel like this invitation in the club, whether you choose to continue with me or not, I want to also extend this invitation from the cosmos for you to lean in to the momentum that you've been building, for you to lean in, even if you haven't posted a video on social media yet, but you've been consuming the content, you've been doing this work, and who knows how long you've been doing this work. This is the time. As you lean in, as you take those steps forward, allow yourself to blast through and be supported in this portal. Just imagine what's possible. Just imagine what is possible when you trust, like that inner knowing, and you trust that no matter what happens, whether you get a negative comment or someone doesn't understand you, or you post something that later on you're like, ooh, a little cringy about, trust that this is part of your process. And as you lean into the process, you get to experience things that you never knew were possible. So this invitation from the cosmos over the next few weeks, we're in it now. We have March 25th, which is the lunar eclipse. and we have April 8th, which is the solar eclipse. I just want to extend this invitation to you. Again, whether you choose to continue in the club or not, where could you lean in to your edges? Where can you lean in to the momentum and like allow yourself to be blasted off? Allow yourself to be like carried very quickly to where you want to go. Because you might just find that as you create videos and start sharing yourself, it's easier than you ever imagined. And you find your voice faster and you connect to those deeper parts of yourself in a way that allows you to feel so supported. And I'm right there with you. I have all of this stuff happening on a personal level that feels so unknown, and that is the deepest edges that I've ever been to in my entire life. And there's a big part of me right now that as I look at this eclipse season is like, no thank you. I have already been changing at a breakneck speed. I already have so many things that I'm working to process. I don't want to go any faster. I would actually prefer to go back to bed. Like, can I just hide under a blanket until this passes? But the deeper part of me knows that my soul wants this, that the deeper parts of me want this, that this experience of leaning in, this experience of showing up is the best, highest path for me. So I wanted to share that, whatever that brings up for you. And then I also wanted to share these 4 steps that I think really translate well into social media that you can take with you as you continue to make videos. Let me go through here. Okay, so these are 4 steps from Angeles Aryan, and I can't remember the name of her book right now, but I'm just going to share these with you. Step 1 is to just show up, and you're already doing that. So, woo, celebration! You are showing up. You're here in this club. You've said that you have a desire to show up more, and you're doing it. Fabulous job. Number 2 is to tell the truth without blame or judgment. I believe that this takes practice unless it's something that's just innately powerful within you. Telling the truth without blame or judgment to me is a huge piece of being on social media, because as you show up as your authentic self, you get to work through the judgment that you have of yourself. And as you work through that, it doesn't really matter what anyone else says or thinks. And that's a beautiful thing. Number 3 is to pay attention to what has heart and meaning for you. So this to me beautifully links, and I just discovered these 4 steps last night, by the way. This beautifully links with what we've been talking about every week in the social media stacking club, which is about leaning into you, leaning into your passion, your desire, the vision that you have for the future, the wisdom and the experiences that you have from your past, and leaning into what lights you up and brings you alive. So paying attention to what has heart and meaning for you. You can't go wrong when you do that. And then 4 is staying open to the outcome. And that is the most important piece for me right now, because as I go through the things I'm going through in my personal life, the story that I keep having is about the outcome. If I do X, it's going to mean Y. But really, X could be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, L, blue, circle, you know, smoke. It could be anything. So stay open to the outcome as you continue to make videos, as you continue to validate the content that you come up with in your brilliant brain, as you continue to share yourself. Stay open to the outcome, right? Because I could never, ever in a million years have predicted where I am right now. And knowing that, I can never, ever in a million years predict where I'm going to be in a month, in a week, 3 months from now, at the end of this commitment to the social media stacking club. And that's true for you too. So if you took a moment to just imagine what you want in your wildest dreams, because we get to have our wildest dreams, especially right now. I wonder what that would be for you and what you want to share with the world, what your message is, what your heart is, what's meaningful to you. And as you allow yourself to imagine that and to lean into that, what do you feel in your body? And whatever comes up, whether it's like this expansiveness or maybe even a constricting, just paying attention to that. I feel as though you can take these 4 steps that I just said and bring that to all parts of you. So when you come up against constriction, fear of judgment on posting yourself to social media, 1, just show up for that part of you. Just be with that part of you. 2, allow that part of you to tell the truth about what it's afraid of without blame or judgment, just listening to that part of you. You're afraid that somebody's going to judge you. You're afraid that you're going to look dumb. You're afraid that you're not going to get any likes or comments. You're afraid it's not going to help your business and you're just going to waste time. What are you afraid of? Allow that part of you to tell the truth without blame or judgment and just listening, just showing up and being with that part. 3, paying attention to what has heart and meaning for you. So after you hear that part out, you hear the fears, bringing in that mission, bringing in your values, what's meaningful to you, what's on your heart to share, and feeling how powerful that is. And then 4, staying open to the outcome, because you never know what will happen next.